my name is Jalen Waltz and I'm a student curator and this is Art and Color.
I'm Anele, you could say either one. I'm a transdisciplinary artist based in Los Angeles, originally from Houston, Texas. Queer, Black, strong.
We are in the middle of your show, Turned On Like a Switch, which was brought here to Austin for the people to experience. Can you just talk a little bit about your practice and sort of how it relates to your identity and who you are as a person?
Yes. So my practice is my identity. I feel like there's not really a part of me that's not my practice. I'm like, my studio is my room. You know, I wake up, I'm making art all day. I don't have really an identity outside of being an artist. So, like, for me, I'm not like, oh, now I'm making art. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's just who I am.
So you have a lot of recurring themes in your work. You have smiley faces, brownie face,
yes.
eyeballs.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about sort of where these ideas come from and like what they mean to you?
There's definitely like a lot of levels to the imagery in the work. A lot of like the smiley faces and like the flames and etc. Like yin yang symbolism is spiritual, but it's also club culture references. Like, as a queer person, that's kind of just my main place, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Definitely like grown up going to a lot of queer functions, which are usually raves. And so that's pretty much just like a huge chunk of my culture, and that symbolism just comes through in my work and feels like the most natural to use. Mm-hmm. And I've also always just been drawn to like pop art symbolism. I'm very into like simplifying. I feel like it's my way of like approaching minimalism. Is like, why draw 3 circles when you could draw a smiley face? Instead, like put some lines in there, make it a smiley face. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like some people love to like create obscurity and like put like smoke and mirrors in front of what it is that they're trying to like convey, but I'm just not really interested in doing that.
Mm-hmm. You create a lot of garments. What's up with that?
When I first started, I was literally just like, these are just sculptural garments and I'm never going to make like functional clothing. Mm-hmm. So I have a shop called 8 Palms, which is just named after the brand. There's like 17 artists that have work in the space, and it's all like independent makers. So there's like 5 clothing makers, and then there's like some people that do illustration that have like drawings in the shop, and then there's zines, and we have like parties there.
Would you say that you found like a community in that space, or how did you come upon like this group of artists that shared physical space?
It's definitely been a pretty organic process, like of going to LA like prior to living there, and sort of just like being in shows and like having shows and then meeting people that way, and like just going out and wanting to be a part of the scene. I kind of just have been meeting people and meeting more people. I feel like you just have to know what you like and just go to those things, and people just end up becoming your friend. And like working with people too, like I feel like my practice has so many different corners to where, and also as a person of color, there's definitely like a lot more collaboration I feel like that goes on just as a result of like not always being able to afford all the materials. So like if I want to do a photo shoot, I can't just like pick up a camera. You know, I'm like, let me call my friend who has cameras, you know, or like if I want to do a video piece, like let me call my friend who like does video work to do this piece, which like I guess from some people's standpoint could be like hindering, but I think that it's actually created like more community around the work. It's like requires people, and even like in a sense of not materials, like having to have models, like naturally creates community around the work, which I love.
Do you have different artists that inspire you, both sort of visual artists and also musical artists, things like that sort of sneak into your practice?
My favorite artist, right? That's funny. I was trying to think of this earlier, who my favorite artists are right now. Well, I really love Les Crins. I don't even know how to say his name, but it's Les Crins with a K. He does like really maximal like shoots, like entire sets built with like balloons and like smiley faces and like people wearing crazy things. And I've been really inspired by like fashion. Lately I've been really into Hood by Air. Been watching all their runways and like reading interviews on them. Pretty much everyone Black that's in contemporary art.
If you had one piece of advice to give young artists who are like trying to figure things out and trying to create work that relates to who they are and their identity and that sort of thing, what would you say?
I would say like literally just keep making work and like doing things that you haven't done before, which could be like in the work or just like in your life, you know, like just gain life experiences and like learn about yourself through life and show people your work, and listen to what they have to say when they're talking to you about the work, you know, because sometimes you can't like fully see what's going on without the perspective of other people. That's just like natural in terms of like life in general. Communication doesn't work if it's only one-sided, you know? And I think that people also should remember that making work is communication. Unless you like making selfish art, then you can do that too. But I do think that in 2019, like art should be focused on communicating with people.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to me.
Yes, thanks for having me.
And I am so excited to see your work in LA, New York, Houston, Austin, beyond, into the international sphere and probably the greater universe.
I hope so. Maybe I'll show in the galaxy. Maybe I'll show on Mars one day.